What's good, YouTube family? It's your boy KB, back to get boxing is just due. And make sure y'all give me my just due by subscribing to the channel and being a part of this 10K. We less than 200 subs away. Let's get it. Smash that like button. Turn them notifications on so y'all can be notified when I drop more content. So we gonna get right to it. So recently, we seen Floyd Schofield Jr., Kid Austin, the other weekend, dispatched Tevin Farmer in 18 seconds in the first round. And instead of them celebrating his win, he's been flooded, or the internet has been flooded with a recent, clips of every time Kid Austin got dropped. And y'all seen in the first clip, he got dropped once as an amateur and then got a standing 8 count. And in this clip that's currently up on the screen, shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV, he posted this clip of a 3-0 Ohio fighter who seemingly dropped Kid Austin and had him hurt on wobbly legs, and he was holding on for dear life. At one point, this kid was kind of like stutter stepping and just toying with Kid Austin. I mean, he put him down again. I mean, it's crazy because all of these clips are coming out after the biggest win of his career, and I think it's because of all the trash that his father talked. People are grown tired and just plain old sick of him, always saying how he's dominating everybody in sparring, how he's too much for everybody, nobody can stop him, his power, he hit too hard. I mean, you name it, he said it. And he continues to stress the truth, exaggerate, and as you've seen in this clip, by a 3-0 fighter, he's being dropped. Even in this clip, as a professional, he fought Albert Mercado back in 2023. I mean, he pretty much dominated this fight and won every round. But if you look, kind of did a punch land and he kind of, hit the deck. It wasn't ruled an official knockdown, but, these clips are being compiled and they're releasing because of, again, all of the trash that, Floyd Schofield Sr. has been talking. And like I said, people's grown tired of him. They support the kid, but they don't support the trash that his father be spewing. Like, the situation with Shakur Stevenson, they went from calling him the greatest fighter in the world, one of the best boxers ever, to, him being, trash and not good, and he's being delusional, all these different things, man. So, as the Schofield team, they're all over the place. I like what the young Kid Austin is doing. Very impressive win a couple weekends ago over Tevin Farmer. Knocked him out in 18 seconds, something that nobody that's faced Tevin Farmer has been able to do, not even close. And instead of them, being able to enjoy the win and being interviewed for the things that they've done and the work that they're putting in, you see all these different clips being compiled together of every time he got dropped. I mean, in the first clip, that had to be from about, when he was maybe about 13, 14 years old. But, the internet doesn't care. The internet is very unforgiving, and they're just showing all the times that you've been put down. More recently, the official knockdown was against Rene Teliz Garon, who knocked you down. Now, the shot looked like it landed a little bit behind the head, and I always thought that Kid Austin was a lot more fatigued than he was hurt, in my opinion. He got through some rough moments in that fight. He got clipped with some really, really good shots in there, man. He landed an uppercut, jacked Kid Austin's head up, and credit to the kid, he bit down on that gum shield and he kept fighting back every step of the way. So I like this kid. I'm gonna continue to support him. He don't have no quit in him. I've seen a couple times in fights, one being when he got the cut on his face, how he just shook it off, licked the blood, and just kept fighting. I thought that was a dope moment for the young kid, and it showed what he's made of. Showed a lot of heart, a lot of resolve, a lot of resilience, and it showed a layer of dog that not too many young fighters have in them nowadays. And more recently, we've seen the clip come out with Fight Hype with him and Abdullah Mason sparring, and a lot of people were talking. A lot of people felt like they knew that, Abdullah Mason didn't get dominated the way his father said. I mean, they were counting the punches in this sparring, freezing the clips, showing you every punch that Abdullah Mason landed, and Abdullah Mason seemingly dropped him as well. I mean, his gloves touched the canvas, and this was a legit fight. A punch did land, it would be ruled a knockdown. But, like I said, all these recent sparring clips and different footage of him being knocked down, whether it's an amateur or pro, people don't care. And it's flooding the internet because of all the trash. Like I said, that his father be talking. His father told us in the world that he dominated Abdullah Mason in the sparring, and they only did one round. They were supposed to do 4 to 6 rounds or something to that effect. And he said they only did one, and they dominated Abdullah. And Abdullah, Kid Austin hit too hard for Abdullah Mason. He said he had to tell Kid, don't hit him, work on defense. But when we seen this sparring clip, shout out to Fight Hype, who recently released the sparring clip, it contradicted everything that Floyd Sr. has been saying. You didn't dominate Abdullah Mason. As a matter of fact, being honest, if this was an actual fight, it would have been a 10-8 round, because I believe Abdullah Mason got the knockdown where Kid's gloves touched the canvas. Caught him lunging in, caught him with a shot, and them gloves hit the ground. And you can say what you want, but Abdullah Mason looked a lot more technically, fundamentally sound. He looks a lot sharper, more refined. He definitely smoothed out a lot more of the rough edges. But that was years and years ago. Since then, both Abdullah Mason and Kid Austin has grown significantly and went on to do some pretty good things. Like I said, Kid Austin just stopped Tevin Farmer in 18 seconds, something that no one has been able to do with Tevin Farmer. Despite him being on a losing streak, it still was a really good, solid win. Great performance for Kid Austin. But Abdullah Mason is just a whole different level. And after seeing the sparring clip, I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's no surprise why they didn't take the fight when they got offered it. They were going to get the same money that they was going to make against Shakur Stevenson, who was an actual world champion, legit 3-division world champion, former unified. The list goes on. You had an opportunity to fight Abdullah Mason, and you did. Like I said, after seeing the sparring clip and how, convincing it was, I'm not saying that kid got embarrassed. Look, listen, he competed, but after that, I could understand why Floyd Sr. wouldn't have the confidence to take this fight. So he can get on record and say how his son's the greatest boxer of all time. He even was on record talking about how he been hypnotizing kids since he been a kid. And I'm gonna leave a clip at the end of the video, and y'all check that out. But he dropped Kid Austin, went to the body, and like I said, if this was an actual fight under the lights, it would have been a 10-8 round in favor of Abdullah Mason. But it's just sparring. Amateur fights are amateur fights. That's where you learn your craft. That's where you perfect your craft and you get better. You get what I'm saying? And it's no different with Kid Austin or any other fighter. You gotta go through the fire a little bit to know what he's made of. Just like anybody else that's coming up in the game. But that's my thoughts, man. Get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. Do y'all expect to see more clips of sparring coming out, being leaked from everybody because his dad won't stop talking? And how do y'all feel about all the sparring clips that have been getting released? And as always, let me know if I gave boxing its just due, because that's what I do here, just do boxing. To the next one, I'm out.